everybody, welcome to Mindset versus Motivation. I'm your host, Carla, and on today's video, I will be talking about how to handle getting laid off, getting fired, losing your job, any of those scenarios, okay? So, what made me do this video is because last week, I lost my job. And make sure my headset's working. I lost my job. I was laid off. And in this video, also, I do tarot readings, okay? And I think that's important. I do tarot readings. I'm going to split the video in two. And then you're probably like, well, you do tarot readings. You're a psychic. Why didn't you know you were going to get canned? I knew, but I thought I had time, y'all. I thought I had time. I seen all the red flags and something in my little, if you have that intuition and that spidey sense, something says this business is going to close. I knew it, y'all. And I thought I had time, but it happened. And while I was looking for a job, because I was going to leave because my hours were cut, okay, drastically, I was on my way out the door and boom. Next thing you know, I'm driving. I got all cute. I had my Shaka Khan wig on. Okay, I had my red hair flaring out, my makeup on fleek. I was looking scrumptious. I'm heading to work, trying to turn heads and knock down doors. And one of my coworkers flagged me down before I got to my job, right around by my job, and told me that you might as well not clock in. They're going to tell you not to clock in. They're laying off 60 people. So 60 people got laid off that day. 60 drivers. Now I'm pretty sure they knew this was going to happen. We didn't get a warning. We didn't get you might want to stack up your money. You might want to do this because in a few weeks we're going to be laying people off in fear of people leaving. Okay. Now, I must say it could have been handled differently. I will say maybe they should have given people a fair warning. But I'm so proud of myself because I came across my journal and January is when I started my job. Now, I was looking for another job and because I was going local. Okay, I got tired of OTR, over the road. So got my apartment, going local and everything, right? Now, I'm not going to read my journal to its entirety, okay? But I'm just going to... This happened on February the 14th, Valentine's Day. Great way to show somebody some love, okay? And even though I was fired from this job, they didn't want me to leave, okay? They didn't want me to leave. They tried to keep me. I asked them if I can go local, and they just didn't have the local freight. So, lo and behold, they had to let me go, okay? They told me anytime I want to come back, I can definitely come back. They'll hire me if I want to go over the road again. So, I'm not going to read everything, okay? So, it says, a few days ago, I lost my job. I was under a lot of pressure. And I just wanted to give up. I just wanted to throw in the towel. I did not want to exist anymore. I just was so tired, so frustrated. If you're new to this, I've mentioned how I went through my depression, suffered from anxiety, and all of that, right? And it says, I'm afraid of opening up to people. I'm always on edge. I try just to get through the day so I can go to sleep. Okay, I suffer from depression. I used to be a happy, free-spirited, funny person. That person is gone. I don't really laugh as much. My anxiety is becoming rough. I'm angry, hurt, and I don't know what to do. just want to give up. I'm hurting and no one cares. Now, that's an entry I put inside my journal. Now, this is before I started to work on myself. This is when I went through the hardest time in my life and felt like nobody was really there for me. I had two friends who were there for me as far as people reaching out, checking up on me every day. From my family, I didn't have that, And it's okay. I'm not mad. I'm not bitter. People have their own situations going on and they're dealing with life. That's why it's important for you to be your own superhero. You're going to have to save yourself. Okay. Now, fast forwarding to me losing my job. And let me throw in the fact that I get zero unemployment. Okay. I was rejected or was not eligible for that. I don't even know if they're going to send me a food stamp card because I'm like, oh, Thanksgiving, I'm going to ball until I fall. When you get that food stamp card, you walking through Walmart and a shopping centers, the supermarkets, like you at Neiman Marcus, okay, like you just hit the lottery and got a whole bag. That's how you act when you get that food stamp card. Oh, no great value. Great value. Any other day, you getting all that great value. Okay, you getting value out of that great value. But when you get that food stamp card, it's like, I got greens, beans, potatoes. Oh, Lord, we made it. Moving on up to the big time, that's how you be feeling. That's how you feel when you get that card, right? So I don't even know if they're going to send me that, okay? So I'm like, you know what? This is a lot going on, but back to when I went into the office and the manager and the people looked very sad. They had tears in their eyes. So I set aside the fact that I just got canned and I had empathy for them and I gave them both hugs because it looked like it really hurt them that they had to lay off people who have families. But that has nothing to do with the people that work there. It's the people, the upper tier of people who made that decision, and it just trickles down. Okay, so I held no animosity towards them. I understood in businesses, if you're not making the money, if you're putting out more than you're pulling in, okay, then there's a potential for you to go out of business. Okay, now you can try to do some restructuring, but you're going to have to do a whole lot of restructuring. So I saw a lot of red flags that led me to believe that this was going to happen, but I did not listen to my sixth sense. Okay, I did not listen. And what did I learn from this experience? I'm not bitter, I'm not upset, but what did I learn? I learned, how can I never put myself in this situation again? What can I do where I am in control of my destiny and my destiny is not in someone else's hands? Those are the things that were running through my mind. Okay, so here's the entry from the other day. Okay, and I'm going to give you a few tips on how to deal with getting fired. Okay, because it's traumatic. It's a lot. You have a lot going on. You got your bills coming in, rent due on the first of the month, all that. And majority of people are living paycheck to paycheck. And when that is shut down, that is devastating. So, and I'm also going to get into Walmart laying off 1,500 people. So this is an inflation going towards a recession. There are going to be layoffs. Okay, so 11, 25, 22. This was Thanksgiving. I haven't been journaling. I've been on a spiritual journey. I just read my last entry. At that point of my life, I was unstable, confused, and full of anxiety. Now today, I just lost my job again. LOL. I handled it completely different. I got dressed, put on my makeup, jumped in my car to go to work, had great energy and happy. I almost at work when I was almost at work when a coworker flagged me down to give me the bad news. You know, such and such going to tell you not to clock in and we're being laid off. I was shocked, but not devastated. I went into the office and they gave me the news. He had tears in his eyes. I told them to think positive and gave them some hugs. I had empathy for them, even though me and 60 others were laid off. I remained positive and happily went about my day. So I filed unemployment and was denied. A major letdown. Also realized that $530 was not enough for my monthly expenses. So guess what? It's time to get another job. So I started focusing on the solution and not the challenge, aka the problem. All that ish I've been through, 40 years of living, and I realized the reason I went through my situation was because of me. And that is when change happens. I knew the business was going to fold. I saw all of the signs. I thought I had time. My slip up. A learning lesson. Now it's time to advance in another direction. What are my options? Now, these are tips for people who are dealing with job loss, layoff, etc., and etc. Okay. Number one, look for a job. Now, you have to go hard. Put as many applications you can in, many Indeed apps, as many as you come. It's a numbers game. Even think about other jobs that you would like to have. You may not have the experience, but while you have time off, you can start studying and learning that industry, and maybe you can get a job in that industry. Number two, day labor work until you land a job. There's something, and I believe it's in every city. Now, when I was in Atlanta, I worked at a day labor job when I was around 18, 19, and my rent was due and I didn't have a job. It was on and on and on. And I was working with all types of people, and it was like homeless people, and I didn't care. I went down there, I needed certain bills paid, and I worked every day, got my pay the same day or the next day until I landed a job. And luckily I landed a job a week after, but I had to do what I had to do. And that's what you have to do sometimes. You have to get out here and do what you have to do. You have to beat down some doors. You might have to take a job that you really don't like or you're really not into just until the right job comes along. Okay. Number three, a stripper. First of all, I'm too old to be a stripper. I got swollen ankles when I stand up too long, and that don't look too sexy in a pair of 9-inch stilettos. Okay, so let's throw that out the window. And I have a gut now, so I don't know how many people are willing to pay a stripper money to see their gut and their swollen ankles. Okay, let's be real. Okay, so sell drugs. Number four. First of all, I smoke cigarettes and I can't run fast. I'm afraid of jail because orange don't look good on me, and I don't do well with people telling me to get up early in the morning. I would be like, shut the lights off, I'm asleep. But in jail, you can't do that because they might tackle me and send me to solitary confinement. Okay, so jail's not for me. So no illegal activities. Okay, I just want to make y'all laugh because you need a laugh. Okay. And and this is important, not to fall into a depression because you have options. See, a lot of times when we're going through something rough, something hard, something devastating, something that just blindsides us, we end up going into a depression. That's just automatic. It's too much. It's too overwhelming. There's too many things going on. You can't believe this just happened to you. Number one, don't fall into being a victim, okay? That's what I had to teach myself. I used to have the victim mindset. Oh, why did this happen to me? How could they do this to me? I'm a good worker. I can't believe. Sometimes things happen, sometimes it's out of your control. If you put yourself in a victim mindset, then you will not be able to focus on a solution, and things in your life will spiral out of control. So please don't go into a depression. Keep a positive attitude, and that alone will change your situation. Just having a positive attitude, having a strong mindset. And this is what this channel is all about, having a strong mindset. When life knocks you down, you get back up and you do what you have to do to make things happen. Okay? Focus on future goals. Okay? Now, this may have been devastating. Maybe you have something that you would like to do, some type of job, some type of hobby you're interested in. Think of doing small things, or doing your hobby part-time, in your spare time, and maybe potentially, couldn't get that word out, honey, potentially turn that into a business, and the business may grow, and you may end up working for yourself. So, I'm going to get into the thousands. Let me type this in. Thousands of people who is getting laid off, and these are workers that have been there for a long time at Walmart. Now, this article came out, so you're not the only one who's going through this, and there may be many more to follow, you and I, okay? So Walmart lays off almost 1,500 workers at an Atlanta facility. Center will be converted to support Walmart Fulfilment Services. Okay, so they're trying to compete with Amazon as far as what I read in some of the article. At the same time, it searches for tens of thousands of seasonal workers in preparation for peak season. Now, I'm in the trucking industry, and peak season is basically around October, November, December, around the holidays when a lot of freight is being transported. Okay, Walmart plans to lay off 1,458 employees at its fulfillment center outside of Atlanta as it converts the facility into a dedicated hub for Walmart Fulfilment Services. It's growing supply chain business. A worker adjustment and retraining notification, a WARN, issued last week. So at least they gave them a week notice. I didn't get no notice, y'all. None. Okay? So, revealed that the nearly 1,500 workers will be released by December the 2nd. Companies with over 100 employees are required to file a WARN about 2 months in advance of the plant closing and mass layoffs. Walmart confirmed that layoffs to Reuters, adding that employees of the Atlanta facility were notified in late August that they would be let go. Now, they gave them fair amount of time. Now, that was nice. That's one thing that was nice of Walmart. They gave them fair notice and fair warning as to them shutting down, okay? And hopefully these people are able to get their unemployment, and people with children, like I wouldn't know what I would do if I had kids and I got laid off. Like, you want to provide your kids with Christmas gifts, but you have to pay your bills, and in my opinion, I appreciate the job that I had when I had it. I needed it at that time. Now it's time to move on and move forward. A little backstory about me. I'm used to working for myself, and there's pros and cons to everything. Okay. The pros of working for yourself is you can make your own schedule. You don't have to worry about firing yourself or laying yourself off. The cons are you have to get out and get clients. You have to have a hustle mindset. It's eat or starve. It's sink or swim when you work for yourself. And sometimes when you're an entrepreneur, you work harder and you work more hours for yourself than you would for a job. Now, that's not to discourage you not to become an entrepreneur if that's what you want to do, but you have to weigh the pros and cons of everything that you do. Now, this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning of the layoffs. And I'm going into 20 minutes, so I'm going to do a reading on this situation, a tarot card reading. Also give you a bonus as to doing a type of affirmation that I use to get me through hard times. Now, if you're not familiar with affirmations and speaking it into existence and sending it out there, I will be going hard on my affirmations. I am going to find another job. My problems will be solved and yours as well. Everything will work out for you. You just have to remain strong. You just have to keep your mind focused. You have to stay away from negativity. You have to believe in yourself. You have to build your self-esteem. You have to love on yourself and forgive yourself for whatever you have done. Okay, everything is a learning lesson. Okay, it is meant to not kill us, but heal us. Okay, that's what it's for. It's to give us the arsenal we need to make it through this thing called life. Everything we experience is put in our arsenal, so as we go forward and move forward in life, we can use what we learned from that experience and help us move forward. Like life is like a video game and you're moving to different levels, okay? And you have to gain the knowledge and the skills and everything you need to make it to the next level. And that's what we're going through. But now, knowing that we have experienced this, we can diagnose our situation and say, you know what, there's something I have to do different. I need to work on my mindset. I need to work on what's going on, my traumas and everything that I have inside of me. Okay, I need to change some things around. I might have to change my social circle. If it's a negative social circle, you may have to change that around. You know, so you just tweaking and twerking. You just have to tweak your life, your situation, you know. So I'm gonna stay tuned, and please like, share, and subscribe if this helped you. But remain strong, confident. Get your feet on the ground and start running. Fill out as many applications, no matter how many times you may get rejected. Just continue to push, 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 push. Because to be honest with you, I might end up somewhere dropping fries. Okay? You know what I'm saying? You got to do what you have to do. If I can't find something in my field right away, ASAP, then I may be somewhere in somebody's drive-through window with the same headset on. You got to do what you got to do. You know what I mean? So stay tuned for the next video where I will do my tarot card reading. And please hit the like button, share, subscribe if this helps you. And I will see you on the next one.